All right, so good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Um, I hope you all are doing good. Please, I don't understand. Can you share that? Right. You group eight. You guys should own yourself. Uh, Okay, you guys want to teach this night. Some of you just. Who? Okay. So good evening, everybody. Please, I believe you guys can hear me. I believe you guys can hear me. So you all are welcome. Um, yes, please, miracle, please, my attendance. Any group member that is not here, forget about it. You guys are out of the game. So we are going to start in the next 2 minutes. Good evening, everybody. You all are welcome. Group three, what's it? Group eight. I hope you guys are ready. Please make sure all your group members are here, and other groups too. Make sure all your group members are here. So we are starting now. We are starting now. Olúwa dìde, Olúwa dìde, 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 Olúwa dìde, Okay, so I hope we are good to go. I'm going to have group eight to present. Group eight, are you ready? So I don't know who is presenting first. Please, I'll add both of you to the stage. Mr. Oluwashon, I've added you, and Olayinka, I've added you. So you all, who is presenting first? You can mute your mic and talk.
Yeah, it's Olayinka that is presenting first, but she's trying to find the link
To
to
share
actually
what?
present.
To share the screen.
Yeah, she's unable to find that icon on her end. We're not expecting we'll use this platform. So you can give us just a few minutes.
Okay. Mr. Oluwashi, can you help me with that? So I clicked on the three button, but it's not showing any icon to share screen here.
Okay, just hold on. Just hold on. Um, you know what's going to happen? Let me share the slide from my hand, and then
So
you
you
just do
can
the
help.
presentation.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah, that will save us time.
Okay, can I go ahead to start?
Can you do what?
Can I start?
Just hold on. I'm going to be sharing the screen from here.
Okay. Should I go ahead?
All right, so you have the stage prepared. You have the stage. You can
So
all
you
go
can
ahead.
go ahead, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Good day, everyone. My name is Olayinka Agbetonje, and I'll be representing Group 8. And today we present Project Avalon, an intelligent omnichannel intake and compliance system. So for this project, we use uh, the following tools: N8N, OpenAI, Ethics, Slack, Facebook, and Gmail. Please to the next slide, please. These are team members, and each team member contributed to the research, workflow development, database design, and the overall architecture of this support system. Our group leader's name is Mr. Oluwaseun Adeniyi, and the following are the other group members. What Avalon does: Avalon Business Registry is a boutique agency, meaning they are small, specialized agency. They focus mainly on serving a specific niche, and the niche are business formation, compliance filing. They help clients to create LLCs, C corps, file articles of organization. They help clients to also obtain EIN numbers. They help clients to maintain yearly compliance. They help clients to also handle sensitive legal documentations and legal registry. And because of this kind of work, with legal documents and strict deadlines, accuracy and timely communication are very important for Avalon Business Registry. So we have to consider a very accurate and very timely communication because this is very essential for the business. Sorry. Next slide. So these are the major problems Avalon Business Registry are facing. And they are facing these major problems because of the high volume messages. And because they're a small company, they have limited number of staff. They basically use very few staff to check messages, to interpret these messages, and at the same time respond to these messages. The following are the major problems Avalon Business Registry are facing. Number one, information overload. Like I said, they have so many messages coming in. They have so many messages coming in, over 500 weekly messages coming in from their Gmail inbox and Facebook DMs. So they could not differentiate between noise and signal, that is, between the major messages, the urgent messages, the critical messages, from just random messages. And this is because 70% of the messages coming in are repetitive, simple FAQ questions, that is, frequently asked questions. Examples of these questions are: what is EIN number, or where is your office located? Number two, missed critical messages. Like I said earlier, because of the high voluminous number of messages coming in, there are so many noises. So from these noises, they miss out on the critical messages. And these critical messages are time sensitive compliance issues that are buried in their inboxes and DMs. Examples of these time sensitive compliance issues are issues like: my filing was rejected, I have 24 hours to submit missing documents, I have so deadlines. And all these messages are very critical because if they fail to meet, to reply, or um, give response to critical messages, they are at risk of facing legal or financial consequences. Number three, they also have the problem of fragmented data. Fragmented data in the sense that their client conversions are spread across the messages coming in from their clients. They are spread across Gmail trends, Facebook DMs, and there is no structured way for them to be able to track client history. So their clients will have to manually go through these inboxes or manually go through their Facebook DMs. The fourth problem, they have no central ticketing system. They have not they face this challenge because they have no central database to track when a message comes in, who sent this message, what is the message about, or whether someone has already responded to these messages. And the fifth problem they are facing is slow response time. Like I've said before, because they are a small, specialized company, they have very limited staff. They have few staff doing these jobs manually. They have to read, interpret, and at the same time respond to their customers. So they miss out on important ones, and at the same time they even respond in a very delayed time to their customers. So this leads us to our vision. Next slide. So the vision, the reason why we are building this system. Our goal is to build a system that monitors Gmail and Facebook inboxes automatically. And this system also uses AI to classify these messages intent. It uses our compliance brain to classify this message, the message coming in intent, and then after it auto responds to simple and safe questions. That is, it auto responds to the FAQ questions and escalate urgent or complex cases that it cannot respond to that needs human interaction. It escalates these messages to Slack, to the support system on Slack. And after that is done, it logs everything, all the process it logs them into the Airtable. That is, it logs the client's name, the messages coming in, the email of the client, the time the messages came in. Then after an action has been taken, it logs that this action has been taken, the response that was given to the client. And if there's a follow-up, there's an update that, okay, on this particular ticket, we have this so follow-up. My next slide. So this is our compliance brain, the AI, our AI logic. So what does the AI does? The compliance brain, our AI agent, performs these major tasks. Number one, it reads all the incoming messages from Gmail and Facebook automatically and understands the intent behind each message. Are these messages pricing messages? Are they status messages? Like I said earlier, status messages like, is it a new message, a new ticket, or is it follow up on previous messages? Are they rejection messages? That is, do they have rejection keywords in them? That is, are they very urgent? Because rejection messages are very urgent messages. And also, are they deadline messages and other important messages? This AI also dictates urgency. That is, urgency. Are we supposed to, is this, do we need to reply this very immediately because they have 24 hours left? Is it rejected? Do they have a very limited deadline? Also, it rates confidence to guide routing. What do we mean by rating confidence? This rating confidence just means that, can the AI confidently reply to the incoming messages? And it means, can the AI reply to these incoming messages using our knowledge base? So if the AI can confidently get the answers of the messages coming in from our knowledge base, it's going to have higher confidence level. But if the AI cannot reply them confidently, it's going to have lower confidence level. So those that have higher confidence level, that is, the AI can reply confidently, the AI will then pulls accurate answer from our knowledge base. And then the difficult ones, the complex messages, will be escalated to the human support on Slack. So my next slide, please. Next slide, please. So our RAG knowledge base. Our RAG knowledge base, that is the knowledge base of Avalon Business Registry. This contains, this is stored in a Python vector database, and it contains all information about Avalon companies, their pricing, their state fields details, their filing deadlines or ENI rules, and common rejection reasons. They also contains the compliance instructions and deadlines. They contains critical messages, and most importantly, the frequently asked questions. That is, examples of these frequently asked questions, like, what is the meaning of LLC? What is the definition of EIN? What does EIN number mean? What is the pricing of social services? So this our knowledge base contains all the details needed for an AI agent to perform accurately and not and to prevent hallucination. So my next slide, please. Sorry. So the implementation strategy. Okay, for implementation strategy, we have these systems, the Gmail, Facebook, because we have to get their credentials for us to be able to connect them accurately on anything. So we got the auth2 credential for Gmail, Facebook. We got the page access token for OpenAI. We got the API keys. Airtable, we got the personal access token. Slack, we got the boat token. N8, we got the cloud workspace. And then generally, the steps that were involved in our implementation strategy is just that we took our time to understand what the Avalon business is all about. And then we identify their critical and non-critical messages. Then we built the RAD agent that contains the detailed information of this Avalon business registry. Then set up our credentials, all the credentials needed for us to access our informations, and then to connect each system to N8N. Then we designed the ticketing database using Airtable. And this ticketing database contains fields like ticket ID, the client's name, the channel, that is channel where the messages are coming in. Is it from Gmail or is it from Facebook? And then raw messages. It also contains the AI confidence score, like I explained earlier, how confident the AI can reply those messages, and also the action that we're taking, timestamp, and so on. Also, it's now created a routing logic behind this using the confidence level. If the confidence level is high, it's going to auto reply, but if it is below, it's going to escalate to the human support on Slack. To my next slide, please. And then for the workflow demo, I'm going to hand over to my group leader, Mr. Oluwaseun Adeni. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Olayinka, for the presentation, and thank you everyone for listening to us so far. I'm going to be going straight into the demo session. Sorry for the glitch earlier. You know, I didn't know I was sharing the entire screen. I thought I was sharing a tab alone for the movement across different screens and distracting the presentation. So I will just go straight into the presentation right now. Just like she mentioned to us earlier about the Avalon business registry business, one of the first things that we try to do was exactly to have a kind of mind mapping or brainstorming session, which actually brought about us, you know, going into Miro to be able to design exactly what is this particular solution going to be looking like for this particular project. And if you can see what we have on screen here, clearly, you would see that we've been able to, you know, draw an outline in terms of the flow of the processes. This actually doesn't represent all the nodes that we have in all of the workflows that we worked on, but this just gives a mental picture that every layman or every other person that doesn't even understand what automation is about can be able to intelligently follow on what exactly this solution is about for this business concern. So you see there that we have a start point, which is just like a trigger, and then we have the Gmail trigger and Facebook trigger there. I know it's a bit small, but I'll try to increase the screen for you to be able to see clearer, because everything can enter into a screen is on a landscape mode. So there we go into the extraction point, where all the necessary details that we need is going to be extracted, and then we have the compliance brain, which is about the we use OpenAI, so that's why you have OpenAI there. And then it gets to the point of output where you have the categorization of intent and the confidence score as spoken about earlier. The purpose of that point is to ensure that we are able to know exactly what needs to be escalated or what not. Anything that doesn't need to be escalated is something that the AI gives a very high confidence score. That means it's saying that I can answer this. So that's exactly what this is about. And then it goes into the Airtable, which is where we actually append every of the data that we get as an output in terms of the information of the queries from clients coming from those two entry points, you know, of the business, the Facebook Messenger end and then the Gmail end. And from there, we have all the metadata actually saved. We get to that point where we decide, that's why you are seeing this particular shape here that speaks to actually needing to escalate is a decision point, and that's why it's like this, whether to escalate or to auto reply. If it auto replies, that means sending the client or customer a response to whatever queries they are having directly. And if it's escalating, it actually sends to Slack, because that's the brief that we got for the project, to say that there's a Slack group for the company where every form of issue that needs human intervention is actually escalated to. So I'm still going to be showing you all these things through the Anything and several of the apps that we connected to through the API. As it as time passes on. So then you have that point where there's a response that is also sent, for Facebook and even for email, if it's auto reply to say this is your response, and then we also append whatever it is at the end. If the message has been sent, it auto appends in Airtable like an update. The first point for the Airtable here is to create, and then the second point is for you to append to say this is the summary, and then the action actually ends there. So that's the bit about the flow in terms of our idea. Then going into some of the applications that we work with, this is Airtable. Don't mind the number of items you are seeing on the list already. I intentionally left this here so that it shows a proof of all the work that we try to do in terms of iteration on the project. You see some places empty and all. That's to show you that things weren't just perfect at the beginning point, but eventually we're able to troubleshoot here and there, and consistently, with the help of my team members also, we're able to find a solution to the problems, and eventually we landed where the project is right now. So this is exactly what the Airtable looks like, and you can see the columns. We have the clients for the client name, the channel, which is just two channels, Gmail and Facebook, and that's why you see it here. So it automatically appends all this client message. That's the message that is coming as an input from the client to say this, and this is what I want, or whatever the inquiry is. And then we have the intent. Intent is to categorize, to say this message that has been sent by the client, what's it about? Is it about pricing? Is it about a rejection that he got? So you can see the edit field that we have there. Is it general and all? So I'm just trying to show you that. And then we have the AI confidence ranking. So it can rank and tell you if it is the confidence is low. Just you can see here 111 is saying escalated as action taken. So that's to tell you that someone can look at this backend and start to know exactly how issues have been escalated, which one was auto replied to, and you can easily be able to know what's going on, with the workflow that has been built back end. So that's what this, and then we have timestamp. Why we have this is for us to be able to know when this came in, and then to be able to track as it goes. Then the client email, for the mail pathway, we take the emails, but for the Facebook Messenger pathway, we try to use a Graph Facebook API to be able to extract the name of the client that message is coming in from, because usually what you will get after the trigger, webhook trigger for Facebook Messenger are just IDs. You won't see the name, but we have to use a Facebook Graph API to get that. Then this is talking about the ticket age, and when you look at this age, it shows almost the length of the project when we started. So that was the first thing that was appended, and you see 8 days. So it keeps calculating the date on its own and keeps moving in. Is to be escalated is saying, is this issue going to be escalated? When it's 0, it means no. When it's 1, it means yes, it's escalated. Message summary speaks to AI helping us to summarize the email or the WhatsApp, the Facebook Messenger message that's coming. Because somebody can type 3 or 5 paragraphs in an email. We don't really want that. So this just tells us in a single line, or sometimes in a phrase, to say what this person is talking about. A client asks about ENI registration. Clients receive a state notice about missing document. And like that, you see different things. A client asks about the cost of setup of an LLC. LLC means limited liability company in Texas, and like that. And then the next one is suggested action. So what exactly is the action that is necessary afterwards? So you see here, recommend sending to help article, blah blah blah. And then you see the other one, which is most common for anyone that is escalated. It will send a message back to the client to say, I have a specialist look into this for you. So that is to let the people actually know that something is going on, because if you send a message, we have to include this part into the project. If you send a message and because it's not auto replying, and then it's just there, and you don't get any response, you don't know whether they're working on it or whatever, it's going to be an issue. So to break that particular issue, we had to impute this part so that the AI still respond auto to the person despite the escalation that has been done. So we have that 2 prong for the escalation part. And then we have the closing status, which tells about what has happened. Message has been sent. If it has been closed, fine. Because for the Slack escalation part, when the message gets to the person that has been escalated to, the person has to respond in Slack. And this is the group that we created for Slack. You can see Avalon at the top left corner there, LSC, and all my group members are to join. So this is like the company where we have it. And this is a sample of how the message looks like when it comes in, when it's escalated. Say, hello, Loashion, the customer with the details below has the issue here and requires urgent attention. Client name, he puts it. Client message, it puts it there. The email of the client puts it, and like that. So the person then has to click respond. If the person clicks on respond, it takes them to a page where they can put the update, and then it automatically appends in Airtable. So that's what this is about. So I will just go straight into the N10.
Can you click on that response? Let me see where the
Oh,
response
okay.
is.
Okay. So this is an example now. So this is the response. So he's asking me, hello, is this? So I can say, I have engaged the customer and issue fixed. So that's for example, and I say submit. So if we go to say this, he said this page can be closed, and I got it. Thanks. So I'm sure if I go into Airtable now, sorry, I'm trying to look for the Airtable. Just hold on for me, please. Okay, yes, I found it. So this is it. If I'm sure if I scroll through the close status, it's very likely that we'll find, yes, this is it here. This is that particular ticket. You see that it mentioned clearly here that the customer and issue fixed. That's the message. Is already appended here as close status. So that's that about this. Let me just go into the main workflow now. So as Olayinka explained to us earlier, we started the work with the rag for Avalon, and that's the title you see here. And this is the design of the rag for Avalon. What we did was that we understand that things can change per time for the company, pricing can change, location can change, many details can change. So we needed to do this so that every time there's a Google Drive trigger for the file that has to do with the knowledge base, we created a dummy knowledge base anyway, just for that kind of company, and we imputed it here. And then we all did this in class. So we have the file downloaded, and then everything that is inside there is stored in the Pinecone Vector store, where it is actually passed correctly, and then all the text splitted so that we are not having hallucination with our OpenAI agent, really. So that's exactly what we did, and this is what this is about here, as you can see. So there is nothing so much here to do in terms of running it. You can see the green ticks there to show that we've run it and it works successfully. Then the second part there is the email. So we have three workflows. The first one is for the RAG. The second one is the Gmail part, which has to do with when emails come in for the business. You see all the green ticks also. You see we've ran all this previously. So we have the first part, which is the part around email ingestion and data extraction. So the email comes in, and then through the help of the model, it's able to extract, the right kind of information, and then passes it into the AI processing and knowledge retrieval point, which is a combination of the AI agent and the Pinecone vector store, which I showed you earlier. So if anything changes on the RAG here in terms of the file details, and automatically we have connected so that it also affected here in this particular part of the workflow. And then after that happens, we have the output parser. What this actually does for us is that it helps us to clean out the kind of data that we have, so that the details are looking very clean. Let me just open this, if I can have an example. So if you look at the schema here, you can see how smooth everything looks. You have client name separate, sender email. That's what that particular code node did for us. The client message clean, message summary, is clean, intent category, it has done that AI confidence, action taking to be escalated. Is it to be escalated? He said true, which means one in Airtable, and then suggested reply. It has already put it there. That's what it's going to send back to the person, even though it's escalating. So from there, it goes into creating record in Airtable, which is how all those details I showed in Airtable actually comes by. and then we have the if node, which is the decision point that shows whether to escalate or not. And then we have the auto reply part, which is for false. So because what we have put as a condition is that if the field that has to do with is to be escalated, which is here as one, which means true. If this is equal to one, that means it goes through the path of escalation, and that's why you see the true branch showing that. And if it is false, then nothing happens because there's no going to be any form of auto reply. So that's why the last thing we processed was an escalation message, and that's the one our mentor said I should respond to earlier, which went into the Reddit on. And then this is it. It escalates on Slack. It also gives an auto reply to the customer to tell them that thank you for your what's it called, for your message, blah blah blah. I will have a specialist look into this for you, and then they can be expecting the specialist to reach out back. And then we have the record updated in Airtable also, just like you saw after the escalation point. Usually when we go through Slack and then there's need for response, you usually see a clock sign show here to show that it's waiting until that ticket is closed. So when immediately the person closes the ticket, automatically it goes and append in Airtable. So that's what this particular workflow is. So maybe I should just try and execute this one so that we can see. So I don't know which email is right is in my inbox now, but I'm sure because I use my email, we couldn't create a business email, so we just had to dummy a lot of things just to achieve what we achieve. So you can see how it's moving through all the parts. So this also is the part of escalation. So you see now there is a clock here already showing, and then there's an auto reply. So I'll just go to the email. So this is my inbox. This is the email I use. Sorry for this. So it's showing this. Let me go and check what email actually it took. So it took Dear Oluwaseun UIC Business Graduate Programs. Okay, is the first email here that I took, this particular one. So it has already created a response for that and all. So automatically it will do a draft. That's what I told it to do. It will do a draft. Just hold on. Okay, this is it. It has sent. Sorry. So this is what it did. It has done the email employee graduate this thing. Hello, UIC graduate program. Thank you for reaching out. Having accessed your email, I will have a specially look into this for you, and that's it. I left this here appending to anything so that you can know that it's from anything, and you can see the time is 0 minutes. That shows that I just did it now when we automated the system to execute. So that's what that is. So let me then go and show you in Slack what it has done. So in Slack, if I go and refresh, you see this now, 14:22. My time is 14:43 here. So it says, oh, hello, Oluwaseun, the customer with details below. He gave the name of the client, and then he said, so join that's the client message. He gave me their email. So if I want to just take this email and respond to the issue directly, I can do that also. And then if I click respond, I will just say close, not to write too much, and then submit. Then I can go to my Airtable now and go and check what is happening there. Okay, so if you see the Airtable, you can see it here that the last email is already here. The details is already here. So it has appended everything: the name of the client, the Gmail as channel, their Oluwaseun, their message, and then everything. It has done everything. So it summarized the message also. It said invitation to join this webinar, and then have a specially looking, and then it's closed. So that's that about our second workflow. The next one, which was the most complicated one for us, and I smile now, but it wasn't really funny when we were going through it. But eventually we were able to put things together. It was a very big challenge working around the Facebook Messenger bit. So luckily I had a former business account, that's been there that I've not used for a while. So that's what we actually use. So don't mind if the name is not similar. And as you can see, the green ticks, we have also run this previously and worked. So in terms of the working principle, it's very similar to the previous one. The only difference here is that there are different APIs we have to bring in to help us extract different things. like this Facebook Graph API. I had to use it. Why? Because we had to use it. Why? Because it it helps us to bring out the name out of the ID. So usually what you will have is the ID, but it's able to help bring out the name like this from the ID, so that I can be able to know the name of the client and all. And then when all the fields have been extracted, it goes into the compliance bin with the pinecone vector, that same one, and then it does the passing of the output as usual, create the record, and then we have the decision tree again. So here, what we did is that we used an HTTP request for us to be able to post in Facebook Messenger. This was quite tough, a lot of issues here and there, but eventually we were able to overcome the challenge. So I will just show you, for example, now what it looks like. What it looked like. Just give me a minute. All right, don't mind all the several Facebook this thing. We had to keep reading as professors to get this sorted. So, so I'm looking for the I'm looking for. Let me see. Okay, so this is the page. This is the page. We used it to run a lot of demo previously. Let me see what it's trying to show me. All right, so if you look at here, you will see an example of some of the queries that we had. All these ones were during testing when the thing was giving us. So you can see now when the conversation became smooth. So we asked, I need help with my EIN. And he said, we can assist with obtaining your EIN. So this is an auto reply. He said, if you formed your LLC with us, your EIN will be sent once processed. If you need it, we offer it for 7, and then please let us know. And then I told them I want the service. So he said, thank you for your interest. So he now started going further again. Because of time, I just did this short conversation to show that it's thinking properly and it's working well. And this happened barely 1 hour ago when we heard that we were going to be presenting, just to rerun and see whether anything is hallucinating or not. So that's exactly what this does. So maybe I should just try a message just to show that it works. And then
Can I send a message from my own end here?
can you? Yeah, you can try, sir. You can.
Okay, let me do that. What's the name of the Facebook page?
Seamless ways.
The one with 56 followers, right?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Yes. With the logo of the clothes and all. So
Yeah, but I can't send a message. It's actually using a WhatsApp.
no. I mean, I need to go through Messenger. WhatsApp is it's a different channel. But we're talking about the Facebook Messenger now. Clicking on Messenger on the page to send a message directly. The WhatsApp number is the WhatsApp part for anyone that's trying to reach out via WhatsApp. But there's a messenger, like if you want to chat directly on Facebook. All right. So I think I've seen your message now. Let me see. Hmm, I'm hoping that it triggers. It's still listening.
Why is it taking so long like that?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Yeah. But when I did it using my personal line, it worked perfectly. It stops. Let me try. Let me try and send um, a message. So okay, it's working. I don't know. Let me see which one it picked. Let me see the one it picked. It's showing that it's moving now, but I don't know which exactly. Oh, okay. A bad request. Reply and okay. Let me see what exactly is wrong there. Uh, Let me re-execute this. Something must be wrong. Okay, I fixed that. All right. So that has gone now. Let me go and check. All right. Oh, okay. So this is the one I sent. I need my A&A documentation corrected. So he said, I see that you need your A&A documentation corrected. I am escalating this to our compliance team immediately. They will review your request and contact you. So he responded to the one I sent, but for some reasons he didn't pick this one.
Okay. Okay. So are you done?
Yes, so so I will just hand over to Olayinka to finish in barely 2 3 minutes.
Before you go,
Yes.
now, how do you ensure that we have some people that will send messages repetitively, like they can send like three different messages at once. How do you ensure
Okay.
that it picks all the three messages together?
He picked all the three
What?
messages. I
Yes.
think that's just my own thought now. I think is to look at the unique identifier, so which is likely the client's name, so to say, and then use that as a way to tie whatsoever message that comes from them in terms of what needs to be processed by the AI logic.
Okay. Now, when someone sends message, when exactly do you what's called escalate? Is it when you are done with the conversations, or when exactly are you going to escalate?
So usually it escalates during the conversation. The moment there's anything it cannot respond to comes up,
Okay.
it automatically escalates it. So maybe the conversation is going on, and then the person now says something like, "I have a deadline," and blah blah blah. It automatically escalate that. But anything that requires auto reply, it still responds to the person based on the parts that we created.
Okay. Okay. So now, how exactly do you prevent hallucination?
So that's what we actually did with the pinecone vector base and the rag that we did, which was this that I explained initially, as we were taught then to say this actually becomes like a guardrail to ensure that things don't go out of context if it doesn't have to. And when you look at the what do we call it now? The prompt that we put there, we've clearly told the AI to say this is your source of truth, and you shouldn't try to do anything outside of what we have sent to you to make use of. So that's exactly what happens, from within the AI agent there that we have this particular compliance brain.
Okay. Now, let's say why maybe in a day they got a whole lot of messages, thousands of messages. How
Yeah.
exactly would you handle? Facebook has a rate limit for their API, right?
Yes,
When
yes,
they
yes. I think
when
I
they
found that I read that along the line.
yeah,
Yes,
when there's
I
high
read
volume.
that
So
somewhere.
what strategy do you put in place to actually um prevent this? And even
Mm,
if it happens, how will
mm.
you be able to recover it back?
Well, at first thought now, what is coming to my mind is to say one can actually be able to register for that. I think there was a part I saw where one can be able to register for something like that, so that you have different access volume for a particular day. But I think the basic part of it is, I think 1,000 or something like that, repeated messages, so that it doesn't look like there's a spamming or something.
Okay, okay. You guys have done well for real. I'm so impressed. Like I didn't even expect you all to go so far like this. So far so good. I've not heard other groups presentation, but I am so impressed. Like I'm
Thank
so
you very
impressed.
much, sir.
You
Thank you,
get
sir.
this is amazing. Like man, this is amazing. I'm so impressed. You guys have really done well. So I don't really have much questions for you. I don't really have any questions because you've really done justice to everything, even though I know it's going to stress you. And I intentionally gave you guys that project. I intentionally because I know it's going to be one of
Kai,
the most
it was tough.
difficult projects.
The
It's going to
Facebook
stress
part
you,
was
especially
was
that Facebook API.
it
Meta
was
API is one of the most difficult aspects. I know it's just Gmail what's called. That one is very easy. It's what you guys can do. But Meta API, that one is one of the most. You guys did amazing work for you. You guys did
thank you,
amazing work, and
thank you,
I'm clapping
thank
for you
you,
guys.
thank you,
You did already well. So
thank you.
now, how many group of how many members participated in this
Yes.
project?
So actively, I would say about 10 or 11, but we're supposed to have like 14 members on the group there. But in terms of the active members, around 10, 11, kind of.
Okay,
Consistently, we're
ten.
on the calls, we're on the sessions, the presentation,
Okay.
arrangement, and all. Yeah.
All right. So this is what we are going to do. You are going to send a list of your members. Send it
Yes.
as a document to what's called to Miracle. A list of your
Okay.
active members. Then also, I need you to send her your workflows. Yeah,
Okay.
your JSON workflows. Export it. Now, I also believe all the group members have access to these JSON
Yes,
workflows.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. I will
page.
still share the updated one, but I there was a version like a few days ago. Was it 2 days or ago that was shared? So just for everybody to look at it, even though it might not run, but at least just look and see, understand the flow better beyond the explanation on the course.
All right. So please kindly do that so that you can actually use that as part of your portfolios. I'm going to make a post about your group. I'm really impressed. You guys did amazing. You
Thank
guys
you.
did amazing. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
You guys did amazing. You
Thank
tried.
you.
Olainka, well done. I love your presentation. You started with a great energy. You did well. You did well. You did
Thank you,
well.
sir.
Yeah. So you guys can bow out and let me have the
Thank you.
next. You can leave the studio so that I can have the next group.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So group three, it's your turn. And I hope you guys are going to impress me. Can you see group what's called group eight as they really opened the floor very well. A very incredible presentation. Like like so group three, I'm expecting you on stage now. I've sent you guys the link. I'm expecting you on stage now. I've sent you guys the link. Check your DM. I'm expecting you on stage now. I want to hear you guys speak. I'm waiting for you guys. Good theory, join. Good theory, are you guys not ready? I've sent you guys the link. I don't know why you guys are not in the studio yet. Oh, you are scared. Group 8 has already set the standard. So I don't know which group. Okay, there are some groups I expect them to actually what's called beat. Okay, they can keep up. I think there is Owofune's group and Miracle's group. So I group 8 really did well. They did well. Some have added you. Some have added you to the call. Where is your co-presenter?
Good evening, sir. He's on his way. Kindly give me a few minutes so I can ensure that he's everything is on track.
All right,
All right,
all
thank you,
right.
sir. All right, sir. He's currently joining, so just give us a few minutes.
Your time is going on.
All right, I understand, sir.
Hmm. Three.
All right, sir. So he's having a few system issues, but I will be starting the presentation and he concludes it. I hope that's fine with you, sir.
You guys have the stage. Do what you want to do with it.
All right, thank you very much. Entire screen. All right, good evening, everybody. Please confirm you can see my screen. Hello.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
All right, all right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Edward Samuel, presenting from Group 3. And today we'll be presenting Project Odyssey, and it's an automated student onboarding support and accountability partner. So practically, this project was created with the intent to manage and support an entire community of students for the SkillForge Academy. So the SkillForge Academy is a platform that teaches students multiple programming languages from Python to C Sharp to C++ and the likes. But for this project, we were dedicated to um, creating a system that will assist and support their Python community. So going into the details of the project, so Project Odyssey is an automated end-to-end student management system designed for online learning platforms. But in this case, we are applying it to a specific niche, which is Python. It says it seamlessly handles students' onboarding, provides real-time support, and ensures assignment accountability, which will be demonstrated in few moments. So onto the next slide. So basically what we are building is divided into three phases, right? The first one is an automated onboarding system, right? So it seamlessly welcomes the students into the dedicated platform, which for this project, we have decided to go with Slack because is what the SkillForge Academy is using. Then secondly, we are building a 24/7 AI chatbot that will be always compliant to responding to students' requests and inquiries concerning the course and the platform. Then, lastly, it will be an accountability partner or an assignment tracking, if you will, that would follow up with the students concerning their assignments and the due dates that they need to submit. So for this project, right, the pain points we try to address is number one, manual onboarding on the part of the tutors and the operation staff. So for something like this, right, especially when it's at a huge scale, in the case of the Skill Forge Academy, where they are dealing with numbers like 1,000 and 1,000 plus, right, it might be very extremely time consuming and very stressful and highly ineffective for a limited number of staff to handle that amount of students. Then secondly, it's not everybody that can immediately understand high level concepts immediately. So you will need your tutors and your facilitators to constantly break down these concepts to your students. And in this case, we try to mitigate that using this system where the AI chatbot can constantly respond to basic questions regardless of how low level or how high level it is. Then also, we try to address the issue of providing real-time and personalized support. I believe that's a very self-explanatory. Not every tutor can be awake 24/7, or in fact, no tutor or no person or no human being can be awake 24/7. So this system is going to solve that by being on standby for the students 24/7, so it can address their issues. Then also, scaling operations, right, will be very cost intensive, and also it would need the HR department to be constantly going through numbers of staff, as the specialized skill sets it will need to manage this amount of students might be very rare. So on the part of the tutors and the operations departments, these are the pain points that we are dedicated to addressing. Then on the part of the students, right, we some pain points that we are dedicated to addressing is number one, delayed answers. I personally have been in one of these platforms that's dedicated to teaching me one or two skills, and I've been in a situation where I need an answer or I need an explanation for a certain concept, and it has taken days for the facilitators or the people in charge to respond to me. So I can honestly understand where how this will impact the feedbacks and the growth of your students, and in fact the faith they have in you and your course, because if you are paying for something like this, you will expect a bit of assistance. But in this case, we try to curb or we try to negate that effect on the students. Then second one is unclear processes, right? So we try to mitigate the problem of students not understanding how to navigate the platform properly, and also how they interact with the lessons, the teachers, and all of that. Then also miss deadlines. So it's not a new concept, right? That one person can be involved in multiple things. So let's say one of your students is a 9 to 5er and you give an assignment, and due to their schedule, they cannot exactly follow up with the assignment, or they cannot um, deliver on time, right? So we have built a system that will constantly remind the students for updates or for their assignments. Then also limited one-to-one help. I believe we have covered this in the earlier section. So for this now is like I said, it's basically self-explanatory. Sometimes students might not have access to one-on-one personalized lectures because the facilitators are handling a lot of students at once, and even if they get responses, is often delayed and not really containing much context. Okay, so on the next slide, why automation or automating why automating the system will actually make sense. Number one, the workflows or the tasks that the tutors um, the tutors do for the students, like onboarding, like answering questions, like marking and logging in assignments can be repetitive. So, and that is one of the key things that automation is built to solve. That's solving tasks that require a lot of repetition. Then, secondly, fatigue-free AI. So, with this system, you don't have is your staff or the systems you have employed failing due to fatigue or tiredness because of the large amount of students that the system will have to accommodate for. Then the third one is 24/7 support. Like I've illustrated earlier, the system provides 24/7 support. So it makes sense to have an automated system that will be on standby so that you don't sleep on your students' needs and what they might be requesting. Also, scalability is one very huge thing. For this project, if your students experience or user experience is very good, you might or you will experience growth in your enrollees, right? So it only makes sense to set in place a system that will accommodate for that when more and more people join. So I believe this Project Odyssey is the perfect system that will handle any level of scalability. So, on the next slide, how does Project Odyssey work? So, there are 5 different routes that Project Odyssey takes in terms of the operations that it handles. So, number one is student onboarding, right? So, this automatically welcomes and registers new students into the system. Then, number two is an AI chatbot integration. So, this utilizes GPT-4, but in our case, we decided to go with Gemini due to some complications we had when we're trying to set up GPT-4. Then also we have the assignment
What
communication.
complicated?
So okay, so
What?
when we're trying to hello,
I
hello.
can hear you.
Okay,
I
so
can hear you.
during the building phase, I delegated one of the tasks to one of my students and she could not meet up. So due to the complexity of the systems we're trying to build, we decided to employ something that would be easier to fit inside our workflow without having to experience delay, right? So it's not exactly a technical issue, but it's more of an human error. But it's not her fault anyway. She felt she
So are
felt
you,
sick.
are you, so are you telling me that Gemini is more easier than GPT-4
Yes, sir. It took me less than 2 minutes to set it up.
to connect to Gemini?
Yes, sir. I can demo the
Hmm?
setup for you if you need. Yes,
Wow.
sir.
So Gemini, that, no, I don't know that. I'm just surprised why you said Gemini is. OpenAI API is one of the most easiest API key to connect to, as long as you have your own credit. But nevertheless, you can
Yes.
continue. Don't worry. You don't need to. You can continue. Just
Okay,
continue.
okay, okay.
Don't
That's
worry.
fine.
Just
Thank you,
just
sir.
continue.
All right. So
Yeah.
the next facet that we employed is the assignment communication. So we wanted to improve user experience, but not just on the students end, but also on the facilitators end. So we created a system that will allow the facilitator or the tutor send send assignments through Slack and also create a functioning database for assignment records and also a system that will capture the assignments in of itself. But I will break that down when I get into the workflow. Also, there is submission tracking that also um, creates or based on the created database, will also log in the students' submission, the submission date, and also the dates that they are to be reminded next but more on that when I demo the workflow. Then automated reminders. So this is the last facet of the system, and this automatically reminds students who have not submitted their assignments to actually carry that out. So at this point, I will be opening the workflow so we can see the behind the scenes of the systems that we have built. All right, so for Project Odyssey, we have the three different phases or the three different facets, right, that it covers. So number one is the onboarding, number two is the chat assistant, and number three is the accountability partner that handles deploying their assignments or sending the assignments to the students, and also handling assignment submission and follow up. Okay. So for the onboarding, the platforms we employed are Google Sheets, Gmail, Slack, and yeah, I believe that's all of it. Yeah, that's all of it. And obviously anything. Okay. So for the Google Sheets, we created an onboarding sheet that will capture students' data and as soon as they respond or as soon as they fill our onboarding sheet. And for the onboarding sheets, we decided to create a custom landing page for the Skill Forge Academy that will route the students to the form, but in the meantime, we'll give them the value proposition and everything they stand to benefit when they join the platform. So it gives them the testimonials, it gives them everything they will be having or they will get in the on the platform, and or if they want to scroll past all of that, they can just click get started and it immediately routes them to the form. Where if okay, let me yeah, I will demo this real quick. So I've already had some sample data that I have worked with here. Then yeah, so it will request their full name, their phone number, and their email address. And more importantly, it will request that they confirm that the email they will be imputing here is the same one they'll be using to join the Slack workspace. And I will expose or I will break down why that is the case. So when you click enroll, yeah, so you see it says, "Thank you, Esther. Your enrollment is confirmed, and we have sent you an email to your inbox with everything you need to get started." So let's check our Gmail really quick. Sorry. Okay, so let's check our Gmail real quick, and we'll see the system has automatically sent her a mail that your Odyssey enrollment is confirmed. Welcome, Esther Igoniwari. Then need to give her a breakdown of how the onboarding will go. And more importantly, the landing page has already
Please,
done a bit of that. Sir?
I, I I didn't hear you. I didn't hear where you started.
Okay, where did my transmission stop so I can continue from there?
I think when we were filling the form also.
Okay, so let me run that again. But mind you, now our automated onboarding sheet has already captured the information. So I will delete that. Then I will go back to the landing page or the onboarding form so I can demo that properly. Okay, so like I was saying, this custom landing page gives the students the value proposition that the academy stands to offer them with things like testimonials and the key benefits they stand to get. And if they click this get started button, if they don't feel the need to scroll, because not everybody has the same level of attention span, is to just carry them straight to the form and they will feel it. So let me just quickly put in the dummy text I had there before. So this will give you a phone number. Then more importantly, this button here will help them or make sure that they confirm that the email address they are using to fill this form and the one they will use and join us Slack are the same. Now, the reason is because we needed a key identifier that will exist between what will be on our Slack platform and what will be on our database. And I will explain that data when I demo the workflow. Okay, so back on the workflow, we can see, so the workflow is active, so it is automatically receiving a request. There's really no need for us to listen. So this webhook node receives the students' data from that landing page and it captures their detail their details on a Google Sheet. Let me open the Google Sheet real quick. So it captures their data on this Google Sheet, and it sets, okay, so it captures their name, their email that they filled, their phone number, and their Slack ID. So by default, it will be nil because they have not been onboarded yet. Then it will capture their date of registration and the course type. So if you observe on the landing page, there are multiple courses that SkillForge offers, but for all intents and purposes of this program, we just left Python available. Then it captures the course type, then their onboarding status. So by default, if when they fill the form, their onboarding status will display as pending confirmation. Then it will also capture the next reminder date, but I'll explain that more when during the process of demoing the project, right? So it has captured all this information. Then it will send you a enrollment confirmation mail and give you the Slack invites to click. So let's see if we can quickly set that up. I believe Slack should not take too long, but let me just continue on the workflow. So the next block that we need to consider is this block. So this confirms the student's presence on Slack and is triggered every 10 minutes. Why 10 minutes? One of the major pain points on this project is the students' experience. We did not leave any space for the students to feel left out or abandoned. So we have this trigger running every 10 minutes to find who has newly joined Slack, and the onboarding process will proceed in 10 minutes or less. So this node here will get all the people present on Slack, and this sheet will get every unconfirmed enrollees that we have on this platform. So every single student in which their onboarding status is showing pending confirmation, this node here gets them. Then this gets their custom Slack name. Now let me explain what that means. So remember I told you that the email address is the key identifier between what we have on our database and what we have on Slack. So Slack auto assigns your username by removing the @gmail.com from your email. So we can easily match what we have on this sheet with what we have on the Slack platform using that key identifier. So that's what this gets for each and every student. Then this node here will check whether the extracted information or the extracted enrollees from the sheet has joined Slack. Because remember, when the student joins or when the student fills the form, it saves their information as pending confirmation. So every single information that is getting here is showing pending confirmation. So these checks, are they on Slack or are they not on Slack? So if they are on Slack, it routes to this block here. And what this block does is to onboard the students. So this node here will send them a welcome message. So let me see whether I can quickly set this up. Give me 2 minutes or less. I believe it should not even take that long. Okay. So we're signing in us to Slack, create accounts. I believe they will force us to click this there. Okay, that's Discord. Thank God this is not Discord. Okay, so it has given us the welcome message, but we are going to use Slack in our browser. They give us the option to either use Slack as an application or on the browser, but we'll proceed with the browser. So while that is loading, let me continue explaining the onboarding process. So what this does is sends a broadcast message on the group to welcome the new students that has just been confirmed to be on Slack. And it says, welcome, kindly check your DM for your, okay. So now that I've joined with this dummy email, let me execute this workflow so that we can see the workflow in action. Okay. Oh, sorry, I triggered the wrong, okay, that's this. So just give it a moment, it's running. Yes, so you can see it has gotten the 20 people presence and it routed 2 people to the onboarding and routed to the other block. So let's check our announcement. Okay, so we created these 4 channels on Slack to further improve the students' interaction. So this announcement contains announcements basically from the facilitators/tutors. So we can see we have gotten the welcome message. Welcome, Esther Igoniwari. Kindly check your DM for community rules. Then the assignment channel is going to announce all the assignments that the facilitator has automatically created, but we'll see more on that later in the demo. Then we have the general discussions. This is where students can come and discuss with each other concerning the course. Then this is also this channel here. Why is Zoom here? Let me remove this. Sorry. Okay, so this channel is where the facilitator will post their resources or the content that the students will need for the project. So more importantly, there is a setting that always persists on Slack accounts and is where it will pause your notifications. So let me deactivate that. Then I'll check my DM for the community rules, and you see that the system has automatically sent us the community rules. Say, welcome, Esther Igonowari, to the Skillforge Academy community. To ensure a focused and respectful learning environment, please follow these guidelines. So to give her the guidelines for the community, and with that, we have successfully onboarded these new students. But you now ask yourself, okay, what if they are not on Slack? What does the system do? So this sends reminder mails to the students that have not joined. How does it do that? So now, like I illustrated before, our key goal is to improve the user experience and increase inclusivity. That's to make sure that the students feel like they are part of us. So we set up 3 type of reminder mails that it will send based on the next reminder date that we created on this sheet. So the purpose of this next reminder date is to know, or is for the system to know the next date that is supposed to remind the students. So it does not send them a mail before that, and it doesn't send them a mail after. Okay, it does send them a mail after, but it doesn't send them the same type of mail. Okay, let's continue. So for the first type of reminder, it sends a soft reminder. This is basically a calm and mellow toned email that will tell the user, okay, hello, we notice you have not joined the Slack platform, so please kindly join, and it will send them the mail. Then it will update the type of reminder. So let me demo this real quick with one of the people, or one of my group members that have joined the platform. So it sends them. So today is what? Today is the 2nd of December. So let me set this to 1st of December. So now, if I set this to 1st of December, the system will automatically pick up the fact that this person's next reminder date is due. And by default, the number of reminder is 0. And I'll explain what this number means. So I will trigger this workflow again, and you see that it will send one of them a custom mail based on okay, so all right, beautiful. Okay, so let's see what he did. So inside this if node, this soft reminder node, it checks, is the time now, right? The time now, is it after or equal to the next reminder date? That means, have we passed the next reminder date, or are we at the next reminder date? And also it checks what type of reminder, or what's the number of reminders we have sent. If it's 0, if the number of reminders we have sent is 0, it sends a soft reminder mail. Then if the number of reminders it has sent is 1, it sends an urgent reminder. So this is a more urgent toned email that will tell them that, okay, Alpha, the class wants to start, and we need you to join so that you can enjoy full participation and support. Then this next node sends them a disclaimer reminder. So this is basically the system saying, okay, we understand that you might have other engagements, but please, our platform is open to you 24/7. Kindly join as soon as possible. And these 3 nodes drafts the reminder mail, and this will send it. Now, what this last node does, it updates it, because now we have sent it a soft reminder. We have sent the user a soft reminder mail. What this node does now is change the type of reminder. So this now changes the reminder date to the next day, meaning the next day it will be sending an urgent reminder, and this changes the number of reminder to 1. Thereby, it has automatically changed the type of mail the user will receive when next they are following up with them, unless they join the Slack platform. And when they join the Slack platform, this node here will change their reminder dates to nil and the number of reminders to nil, meaning there's no need to remind them again. And that's how we successfully managed the students onboarding. So the next is the chat assistant. So this section is dedicated to um, replying or supporting the students with information they need about the platform or the course 24/7. So in this first section handles how the facilitator, because mind you, our goal is better user experience. So we wanted to ease the work stress of the facilitator as well as the enjoyment or the enjoyability of the platform of the students. So how do we do that? So when in this create database or create knowledge base block, what we did is we employed Microsoft OneDrive, because again we had some issues with Google Drive, and this was easier to set up. Setup did not take us more than 10 minutes, I believe. So what this node here does, when we upload, let me open the OneDrive platform. Okay, so this is it. So this serves as our database for storing files. So this is where we store our files, and Google Sheets is where we store our data. So if I did not make that clear, my apologies. So this is how we handled those two case scenarios. So on the OneDrive, we have our knowledge base where the facilitator can come and upload his files so that it will be converted to vector format. So you might be asking now, why vector formats? So as our facilitator has explained in previous classes, AI tools or AI neural networks are more inclined to understand series of numbers called vectors as opposed to plain text. So what this block does is it receives the file that you want to convert to a vector, it downloads it to our workspace, and then it also updates the vector database. And that's how we handled creating and updating the vector or the knowledge base that the AI will tap into in real time. Okay, so I believe I should demo this. I will demo this. So let me remove one of this. So let me remove the course material so that we can see how this works in real time. So I'm just going to upload a document here. So I believe what I removed was the course material. So I will go ahead and upload this here. So it will give, okay, that's already uploaded. Wow, that's fast. Thank God for MTN. Okay, so we see that it has uploaded it. Then we'll go and check our executions on anything. And the last execution that ran, okay, so it's going to take a bit of time because the AI model is going to take time. And when I say take time, it does not exactly mean it's going to take a lot of time. But in the context of automations, it's going to take a bit of time. So we are waiting. Okay, so while we wait for that execution to load, let's move on to the other parts of, but we'll still revisit that. So I believe the execution will show later on. Yes. Okay. So this next block receives the user input, but now we did not want to create an inefficient system by creating more than one trigger to receive user input. So what this user input does is it receives either text or a file. If it's a text, it automatically knows that, okay, the text that is being sent is for the AI chatbot to process and provide a response. And if it's a file, even if the file comes with a text, right, it will automatically know that it's an assignment submission. So I will demo this. Let me demo this. So let me go on. Okay, so for this platform, we created a dedicated chat for the students to interact with. So let's just create a chat real quick. We'll say hello. Okay. Look at this. So the platform or the AI chatbot has responded. So let's draft something more nuanced, not just hello. Let's say, please, how do I go about using classes in Python? So I believe that's something more in-depth relating to Python. So the system is executing and we should receive a response anytime soon. All right, so this is it. So the Skillforce tutor gives a break, or gives the students, I don't want to make it gender specific, it gives the students a breakdown of the specific question they're asking in relation to the course material that we have provided. As you can see here, it says it's a topic we cover in module 3. So it lets the student know that, okay, this question you're asking, chill, we are going to cover it very, very soon. Oh, let's ask something more nuanced. Let's say, hey, um, explain it to me, like I'm 3 years old. Let's see how much it can accommodate for students request. So yes, so look at this. It says, okay, let's talk about classes like we're playing with toys. So imagine you had a super cool cookie cutter, and you see that the AI agents can accommodate for different forms in which students requests can come in. But that's not all. Let's try and ask it a question unrelated to the course. So let's say, what is Donald Trump's birthday? Yes, you should know. It's an AI tool, but I didn't spell birthday well, but it's going to identify that. So let's see the response. Say fun question, but my role is to help you with the course and your coding. Try asking me something about Python or the SkillForge Academy mode. So you see that it can handle requests that are not related to the course material while keeping the context, or while taking the attention back to the AI chatbot. All right. So that's it basically, pertaining to the AI chatbots and creating and updating our knowledge base. So let me check the execution. It should have run by now. Okay, so it did. Okay, it ran. Yeah. So that was about, was it 9:34, if I'm not mistaken. So let's check that really quick. But okay, this is taking too much time. All right. So let's see. Okay, so this handle the charts. Let's go way before and check where that node executed. I was still in the chart. Sorry, I apologize, but I'm trying to find the exact moment where it updated our vector database. Okay, that's still the chart. Okay, but I believe it must have run somewhere, but the processes that the chart took on in anything has kind of overshadowed it. So the next one is the accountability partner. So this is where the AI system handles students' assignments, and also handles the creation of a database, right, for each assignment. But let me break that down. So this first block here handles automatic indexing and broadcasting of assignments. What does that mean? So let me just demo this really quick. Okay, so I will upload. So now we have another database in on our OneDrive that handles assignments. So let me delete this. Let me delete this so that we can see how the system automatically creates an assignment and sends it to the students, and also create a database that will store information about that assignment, and also create a folder that will store the assignments themselves without the facilitator having to lift a finger, except sending the file on the folder. So let me delete everything that will be related to that database so that we can see it work in real time. So just give me a few minutes. Assignment records. I'll explain what this does in a few. So let's just delete this. All right. Okay, so let's say I'm the facilitator and I want to upload the assignments to week one. So I will create a file for the week one assignment. I believe this is it. Then I will come here and upload it, and the system will automatically generate the database that's on Excel, on the Google Sheets rather. It will generate the database for that assignment. It will generate the assignment record, and also it will create a folder for the assignments to be submitted. So automatically, you see about, okay, let's see. But okay, so this was created an hour ago. I believe that would have resulted in an error. I'm coming, give me a moment. Executions, let's see. Exactly as I predicted. This gave us an error. Why did it give us an error? It's because the week one assignment folder already exists. So if I delete that and run it again, you will see that it will automatically create that. So let's go. Okay, yeah, see it. So I believe that's where the error came from, but let me run it again, and it would give us a better result. So let's go to the skill forge assignments. We'll remove this. Then we'll upload our week one assignments, and you'll see it the creates the indexes in real time. Okay, so I believe this should not be here. All right. So let's open our executions and we'll see it running. Okay, what's this? Hmm. Okay, sorry, we had another error, but let me quickly debug that and see what he did. Unexpected end of JSON. I'm not sure what that means, but let me make sure our database is clean, because that's one of the things that can give us an error. If our database um, is not free per se, it will not create the proper files for that. But okay, no worries. Let me demo this using a test execution so that we can see it as it's working. So let's do that. Okay, so it has taken that assignment and is running it through the AI agent. So as it's running, I will break down what exactly each node does. So this first node
I think his network went off. Bro, tonight is just massive. It's massive, man. Um, I'm impressed. Hey, hey, ha. I'm shocked. For you. I am shocked. Ha. How's that now? Hey, Jesus Christ. You guys did amazing, bro. Like, from group, what's called group? Where is Uluwashi's group to this group? Ha. My head they blow right now. Like, I didn't even expect them to go this far, but they just set the standard high again. Like, I don't even know who to give who to give the best between the two groups now, because like, bro, like, hey, I'm so impressed too. I'm impressed for real. Okay, he's back.
But let me share my screen so that I can finish up. Okay, so please confirm you can see my screen. You deleted this from Pinecone. I did not. Okay, so let me stop this execution because I realized too late that MTN has disconnected me. So the workflow ran, but I will clear the database so we can see it work in real time. Just permit me to clear this up. Remove assignments. Okay. So please, can you confirm the last point where you heard my demo? Or okay, let me just take it from the beginning of the accountability partner. So, like I was describing, this section will handle automatically, or this block will handle automatically indexing and broadcasting assignments to the students. So what this first node does, it receives the file upload from the facilitator when he drops it in the assignments folder, in this assignments folder. Then what next? It downloads the file to our workspace. Then this confirms the file format, because for the intents of this course, we decided to strictly stick with PDF to avoid multiple file types and the errors that can come from them when trying to extract their information on anything. Then the next node will extract the file from the will extract the contents from the file that the AI, that the tutor has uploaded on the drive. What next? The AI agent now, right? What this does is it extracts the content, right? Or it takes the content of what this previous node has done, then it refurbishes it, sorry. Then it will split the output sort of into two fractions, right? So the first one will handle the broadcast. So let's read what it says. It says, "Hello, skill forgers. It's time for your week one assignment. Greeting script. You will be writing a short Python script to display a personalized greeting message using variables for your name and city." Then it basically gives them the rundown of their assignment. Then the second part of this workflow will get the spreadsheet name and the spreadsheet ID for the database that this AI agent has created. So what do I mean? So you can observe that we connected a Google Sheet node, or a Google Sheet tool rather, to the AI agent. And this is what it will use to create, okay, let's run this again so that we can see how this works. I believe we might have an error on this part. Okay, so it has created the spreadsheet, which we see here. Okay, so why this gave us an error is because duplicate folders cannot exist on OneDrive. So we have to remove this, and if we go back and execute this, it would, because limitation user can only. Okay, so I will run this again. My apologies for the duplicates warnings, but I need to properly show you the results. Okay, so like I was saying, this AI agent will create it will split the output sort of into two parts, right? That's the message that it will broadcast, and the sheet information that it will upload students' data to. So when this node finish running, I will show you the result. Okay, so let's look at this. So you can see that just from that file alone, or just from the assignment file that the facilitator has uploaded, it has created multiple data points that we can edit. So first off, it creates the name of every student that have been confirmed on Slack. It confirms their email and their Slack user ID. Then the submission status for that specific module or that specific week, right, for the assignment, it creates here. So the submission status of everybody here is showing unconfirmed, but upon submission, upon the submission block, the system will automatically updates their statuses. So so what this does is create a folder to store the assignment, and we had an error there because it already existed during our previously run sessions. So you can see it has created the SkillForge Week 1 assignment folder, where upon submission, the system will automatically upload their data to this folder here. Okay, so this series of nodes basically helps us creating a new or imputing new data into the sheet. And why does it take so much? So in anything, I noticed that Google Sheets cannot upload data to an empty spreadsheet, right? So we use this edit field to automatically map data inside the new sheet, because you cannot exactly create headers. Anything you request for the headers, if you try to impute it, right? So we have to map it automatically, kind of force the spreadsheet to contain those headers. But we ran into a bug, or we just say a snag, where it creates duplicate headers. So anytime we we automatically map the data to an empty Excel sheet, This deletes the duplicate headers that anything creates. Then the assignment index creation. What is as an assignment index? So let me explain what that is. So basically, an assignment index contains information about each assignment that the facilitator has created. So let me explain the difference between this and the record. So this record, right, carries the information of every student that would be submitting that data. That's basically every single student on our Slack platform. And this sheet contains data concerning all the assignments so that we can later reference and get access to those folders and spreadsheets. Okay, moving on. So this series of notes creates the assignments, the assignments index and records. Then this sends the broadcast message to the Slack platform. So if you go on our Slack platform and we check the assignment section, we can see that by 9:47 p.m., it has automatically uploaded the assignments for the students to see, and it even gives them the file format and the Python file that they are going to submit, or the file type they are going to submit rather. Okay, then this, like I explained earlier, it automatically adds all onboarded students to this Google Sheet, or this Google Sheet, so that we can later change the submission status and the date of submission upon them submitting it. Okay, so remember we said from this if statement that if what the student is uploading is a file, it automatically routes their input to this block here. So what is this block? This block is basically what handles their assignment submission, extracting the data from their files and uploading it to the OneDrive folder. So let's quickly demo that. Okay, so the workflow is live. This button is too small. Okay, so let me demo that. So I'll come here. I've already created an assignment file that we can use. So this contains the student's response or the student's assignment for that specific week, and we can see it's uploading. But one thing I've observed with Slack is that uploading files usually take a while. So let me go down, or let me enter the breakdown of this node, so that by the time he uploads it, we can have a visual of what has happened on this block. So this node gets the submission date and time because it's very important for logging the information. This gets the file ID they just uploaded, and this checks whether what they sent is a Python file, because it's very important to handle our file formats properly. So if it's a Python file, it reroutes a message to, if it's not a Python file, sorry, it reroutes a message to the students telling them that they should upload the correct file type. Then also it checks the file naming. Now, for the purpose of this project, and if you can see on the instruction that came with the assignment, it says name your file week 1 assignment and your name. This is very important when we are trying to match the sheets, the Google Sheets, and the folder that we are going to be uploading this assignment data and the assignment itself too. So let me upload the assignment and the workflow would execute. So I'll just give you some time to run that. And what's time? 9:53. So let's look at the workflow. Okay, we had an error, but I'll find out what that is. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. What's time? 9:53. Okay, so we can see that it has executed properly. This error must come from the bots trying to respond to itself, because it's one characteristics of Slack bots is that when they receive a message on a platform and it responds to it, it will try to respond to that response. And we can see here that the type is file shared, which indicates that it received a file and it will route it to this assignment submission block. So where was I? So this checks the file naming system, and if the file naming system is not correct, it will route a message to the student saying the file name you used is not correct. Then also this node downloads the file to our workspace, and this extracts the week number that they are submitting for based on the naming for their file. So this ensures that the system is 100% foolproof when assigning or when routing data for the assignment is being carried out. Then this gets the user profile that for the person that just submitted the assignment. Then this matches the assignment index with the week. So let's go back to our assignment index and see what we mean. So remember, I told you that the assignment index carries data for every single student, or every single assignment rather. So you see that this one carries the information for week 1. This is the sheet ID that is in, and this ID now we'll use it on anything to automatically map the student submission status to
You
the
have
sheet.
3 minutes more.
Understood, sir? Okay, then this contains the drive name and the drive ID for storing the file itself. And this contains the assignment dates and the deadline for the assignment. So I'll try and speed it up because we are nearly out of time. So this marks the submission as confirmed on the database for the assignment. So if we check here, we will see that Esther Ioniware has been marked confirmed. There's a little typo on our flow, but we will adjust that later. Then this maps the date of submission so that the facilitator can come here and see who has submitted and who has not. Then this uploads the assignment itself to the drive folder. So if we check, we go on the SkillForge Week 1 assignment, we will see that it has automatically uploaded the assignments there. Then this sends a confirmation message to the student saying your assignment has been successfully received. So what about the accountability partner, or basically what about the person that, or the system that reminds the students to submit? So that's what this guy does. So this checks for the students that have not submitted, and it loops over. Okay, so let me just quickly explain what that does. So this gets all the assignments record. That's it goes to the assignment index and gets all the records of the assignments, and it loops over them. So if there are 2 of them, it will loop over the 2 of them so that it can have access to the record that contains all the students that have submitted. So it gets that and it loops over. So let me demo that really quick so that we can see how that works in real time. Sorry, just give me a second. So if we trigger this, it will check and it will get the records of all the assignments and loop over them. But this checks whether we have reached the deadline for the assignments, and obviously we have not, so it does nothing. But if we have, it gets the students who have not submitted from the assignment index sheets, from the records for that specific week. So it checks and gets all the students that are showing unconfirmed, or their submission status is showing unconfirmed. Then it sends them a message that will prompt them to submit. So that's basically how the entire system runs. Is to my regrets that I could not go deeper into the breakdown of the project, but if you allow, I will pass the mic over to my partner or to my colleague that will round up the presentation. Okay. From what I can see here, he doesn't seem to be present for some reason. Okay, so let me just round up really quick. Okay. So the key benefits of the Odyssey system, or the Project Odyssey, is to reduce admin burden and increase reliable student support, seamless scalability, that's to increase the amount of students we are working with, and enhanced accountability on the student part. And I have demonstrated how that can help, or how our system can help achieve that. Then the limitations and risks. So this system is heavily cloud service reliant. That means it's reliant on running on the cloud or running on a cloud-based service. So with that, it will be very, very cost intensive because we cannot run it locally. Then there's also prompt maintenance. That means we have to make sure that the prompts that we are giving to our AI agents are very, very rigid. Although on our part, we made sure that there is no space for the AI agents to hallucinate or give us false data, but that can still be a risk that can come up. Then complex issue escalation. This is when sometimes the system might not be able to properly route problems that need subjective response to the facilitators. Then there's also technical oversight. This is more of human error as opposed to a systemic error, but it also can do with the management for the workload workflow and stability. So let's just quickly look at the running cost and the pricing. So to run this project Odyssey, you just need about $106 to $176 a month, because the anything subscription you will need a paid anything you did you will need a paid subscription to for anything to run it on the cloud for a specific amount of time. Then Slack requires $22 a month, because you will need more than 90 days message retention. That's to retain your staff message. That's basically your tutor message, if you will, for more than 90 days. Then also there's the paid plan for ChatGPT 4.0, because mind you, the initial AI LLM that we were projected to use was ChatGPT, but we encountered some errors regrettably. Then the OneDrive is free, because we cannot exactly exceed, or we are not planning to exceed 100 gigabytes a month. Then also there's the Pinecone, which will not need a paid subscription, because we will not exceed the capacity. So that gives us our breakdown. Then we looked at the manual staffing cost, and due to time, I might not go through everything. And we found that hiring a manual team to manage thousands of students will cost you from $2,450 to $6,000 a month, as opposed to what anything will offer us, and that results in a 95% reduction in operations cost. So for future improvements, we plan to implement a student dashboard. So it will be a live demo, or a live website that you can see the performances of each student. Then there's also smarter reminders that will create personalized reminders and personalized messages for the students. There will also be an auto grading feature. So this will allow the system to automatically score the students and pass their scores onto the facilitator. There's also advanced analytics. So that will be percentages, bar charts that will give more insight about the engagement patterns and the behavior of the students with regards to late submission. Then there's also expanded channels that will include integrating more platforms into this system that will help us manage different facets of students that exist on different platforms. So that brings me to the end of the demo for Project Odyssey. And at this point, I will be open to questions, concerns, or queries concerning this project. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Hello.
Wow. Okay. Before I even say anything, firstly, -1. I asked you guys to use this code. I don't know why you didn't use
No,
this
no,
code
sir, you
actually.
said Discord / Slack. You mentioned two platforms on the
Why?
on
Mr.
the.
Edward.
No, you did actually. I can open it if you would like. So we went with
I asked you guys to use
Slack is
this
on.
code.
Sir,
Mr. Edward.
sir.
I asked you guys to use this code. Why didn't you use this code?
Okay, so we actually tried to use this code, but there were certain limitations with receiving responses from the platforms, like receiving messages, and we found that logging into Discord and logging into Slack, the time and the function is very, very different. Slack is much easier to integrate and join. So we just went with
So
Discord based
you're having
on
issues with Discord API.
yes, especially. But a disclaimer on the project breakdown, there was it indicated Discord / Slack. So if we could, as we could not work with Discord, we decided to go with Slack. But Slack was part of what you procured to us, sir. Hello, sir.
For when can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
The only thing I think in your presentation was that um You tried, you did well, you did well, but next time try and carry us along when this is a presentation. You're trying to give us
Hello, sir. Hello, please, can anybody hear me?
you did amazing work, but you
Okay,
can
thank you.
still do more better. I really love your presentation. I love all the features you added to your workflows. I really love it. Now, there's while you guys were presenting,
Mm, I don't know.
you guys should prepare
Um,
a 3 minute Loom video. Yeah,
okay,
you guys know a 3 minute Loom video that I can use to pitch to clients. You guys should prepare a 3 minute Loom video for what's called for your workflows, breaking down everything. Um, by next week, I'm going to send you guys some leads that will ask you guys. Someone among you guys is going to reach out to that lead. Yeah, I'm going to ask you guys
okay,
to reach out to that lead. Some tech academics. So um I want you guys to what's called to prepare a 3 minute Loom video, and your 3 minute Loom video should be what's called should be convincing enough to actually, because this is a big pain point. A lot of tech academies, what's called have issues when it comes to onboarding. People make payments for courses for stuff like that, but don't get access to their courses immediately, or don't kind of get access to informations immediately, or people most of these like you also have an AI agent that answers students' questions. So it's kind of very interesting project that I believe most tech academies out there, or not even only tech academies, most academies out there that offer online courses or even coaches, entrepreneurs.
hello, sir. I hope this is not my network. Oh. Please, can anybody hear me, or is that from the instructor's end? Please, can you help me confirm in the chat because I can't hear anything.
Oh, don't think because I did for group three, I'm going to do for your own group. No, I'll only what's called I'm only going to prepare um for Oluwaseun's group. I'm not promising you guys yet, but I'll see what I can do. You guys should also do a 2 3 minute long video. Someone should volunteer among us here. You guys should do a 2 3 minute long video. I will see how we can get, because these projects are massive projects for very massive, especially the people that presented today. One thing you guys should know is before I even okay, don't let me say this. Let me just forget about this. So these are very massive projects that people are going. This particular workflow that I just built, if I was to build this workflow, I won't charge nothing. If I was charging fairly, maybe I'm going to charge like 2K dollars. That's I think it's only that if I'm charging fairly, I'm going to charge 2K dollars, like the lowest least amount I can actually collect 2K dollars. So because it's a like it's not really an easy project. It's not really an easy project to go through. A very complex project that for you to even build it, it takes a whole lot of time. And you guys were able to do this within, I think, is it up to 2 weeks? It's not really up to 2 weeks
Yes.
now. Like impressed. I'm so impressed for both groups that actually presented today. I'm so impressed. Like with how like for you, I didn't know you guys were going to what's called. I didn't know you guys were going to how do I put it? I didn't know you guys were going to go far like this. For real. I didn't know you guys were going to go far. But nevertheless, at the end of this weekend, we are still going to have a winner. We are still going to have a winner. There is a secret person that is currently watching this presentation. You guys will know, but there's somebody currently watching this presentation live, and he is going to judge. I'm also judging, so I'm going to compare the results. I'm definitely going to have a winner at the at the end of uh, at the end of this boot camp. So you guys have really done well. Like, bro, my head, like, it got to some point. I was like, guys, within this not even up to 4 weeks. Like, you guys have done well. This is what some people spend 6 months, 7 months trying to learn, but yet could not come up with something. And this is what you guys did within just 3 weeks or 4 weeks of class, because most of you don't even have any idea about AI automation. And I'm so surprised. Like, I'm giving you guys the upload, everything. How you used to say it earlier? Um, mo gbé gbòòsà fún yín. That's how they used to say it. Mo gbé gbòòsà fún yín. You guys really did well. Like, I'm so impressed. All the presenters, thank you very much. You guys did well. So you guys did well. So Edward, send me your workflows, your active group members, and stuff like that. Then please, I'm going to send a link to everybody. But before I send a link to everybody, I want to have list of all group members, because we're going to have a graduation party at the end of this boot camp. That's going to be on Saturday. That's on our final boot camp. And on Saturday, I have something for you guys. I have something for everybody on Saturday. I don't know yet, but I have something for you. So I'm still trying to see how I can. And that's something I don't know, but I have something for you guys on Saturday. So I'm going to send you guys a link to a form. I want everybody to fill that form and attach a professional, what's called, and attach a professional picture of yours, because we're going to be having a graduation flyer that's everybody that graduated, and also some of you will be getting a certificate. We're going to be having the best graduating students. That we're going to having the overall best graduating students, and also some other stuff. And we're going to post you guys on Twitter. I'm also going to ask Tech Baby to repost, and ask some of my big guys to repost. So it's a visibility for you guys. I will also be recommending you guys to will tag some AI agencies that I know to what's called to pick you up to the best graduating students. So we already started picking um we already started picking people already. I've started picking people, and people are picking. They already know themselves. So expect me. But before then, you guys, I'm going to send a link to you guys. You guys should fill the link, attach a professional picture. It's not everybody that is going to get that link. Actually, it's not everybody, but those that actually get it should please fill the form as fast as possible. Attach a professional picture of yours that we're going to be using for on what's called for the graduation flyer. Like, you guys did well tonight. I hope the next group that is presented tomorrow, you guys are going to raise the bar high again tomorrow. Like, group 3 and group 8 has already set the bar high. Now I want to know which group is going to raise the bar again. So I don't know. I'll wait to see. But these guys have set the tone of these capstone projects. Like, my head won't blow. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. Like, I'm so impressed right now. You guys are going to make my night, because I've achieved what I want to achieve, because I don't try. I swear, I don't try. I've achieved what I want to achieve already. You guys have done well. I believe I have produced the best AI automation specialist out there. And I know very soon I'll be getting a whole of DMs from you guys telling me about your new jobs, your new agencies, and lots more. So I'm really rooting for you guys for sex. And nobody, I repeat, nobody will finish from this boot camp and stay stranded that you don't have a job. Never.
Whatever I lay my hands on, whatever I do, it must actually produce results. That's just it. Whatever me, Emmanuel, I don't know about you, but whatever me, Emmanuel, do, whatever anybody I teach, no matter how, you must produce results. So nobody's going to finish this boot camp without producing a result for me. So if you like, go and sleep. My prayer will wake you up to outreach. Yeah, my prayer will wake you up. You just see in your dream, ah, to wake up to outreach. So everybody must get a job. I don't know how you are going to do it. And trust God. God is going to help you. When you are pitching to clients, God is going to show His favor, and He will help you to knock at the right doors. And every doors you'll be knocking, God is going to make sure that they actually turn to success. So I'm really rooting for you. I'm really rooting for your success. I want to see you guys at the top. Yes, I want to see you guys at the top. You can surpass me. You can. I want to see you guys at the top. I want to see you guys at the top. You also, you guys, maybe in a few months to come, I want to see you guys also training people in this AI automation space. Forget about competition. There's a big, what's called, there's a, how they used to call this English, um, there's just forget about competition. There's a big space for every one of us. There's a big space for every one of us. Nobody is jealous of anybody. If anybody is trying to get jealous of you for your success, just look away. That's one of the crazy aspects of success. So there's a big space for everybody. Do what you wanted to do, and I'm really rooting for your success. So thank you very much for attending tonight. Thank you so much. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. But before then, okay, let's look away for attendance tonight because we've really done well. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I believe some people will be going to work tomorrow. So we'll just end this live stream. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I really love you all, and I'm rooting for your success. So
Thank you,
bye,
sir.
bye, everyone. Bye. Good
All right, thank
night.
you, sir. Good
Bye. Good
night.
night.